Well, guys, now it's time for this workshop. Let me introduce myself. My name is... No, my name is... Hello, hello? Is the mic on? Yep, OK, perfect, nice. So as I was saying, thank you very much for indicating about the mic. My name is Hugo Merino Montero. I'm originally from Madrid, as I was saying before, but I live in Vancouver. I work for a company called PressReader. I am the director of one of the verticals that is called BrandedEditions. As we are not many people here, if you don't mind, I'm going to start asking questions, and feel free to answer or no. How many of you do you know PressReader? Oh, 3 people. OK, that's nice. I was expecting even less. So perfect. I'm going to provide some information about our company and what we do, and then I'm going to go back to the main topic of today, that is our SDK and how we use it, and how I do believe that can be potentially beneficial for the book industry. So as I was saying, PressReader is a company based in Vancouver, Canada. We have offices in Manila, in Philippines, and also in Dublin, Ireland, around 500 employees. And we have 2 different products. The first product is we are the largest platform of newspapers and magazines in the world. We have around 7,500 newspapers and magazines. And what we do with this specific newspaper and magazine is something different than other platforms. We focus on our B2B industry. So we work with around 10,000 partners from all over the world, from aviation, hospitality, and when I say hospitality, I mean hotels, marine, like cruise, and airlines. These specific partners, what they do is they provide access to their clients, they provide access to the platform, to their clients. So just to give you an example, last week I was in Dublin, and I was at the Marriott Hotel. When I went to the Marriott and I asked them, please, can I read any newspaper or magazine? They told me to download a PressReader app or go to pressreader.com. And if I'm inside of the IP of the hotel, I will have complimentary access to all the content. As soon as I am outside of the hotel, I don't have any access. Okay? That's kind of how we work. If any of you are coming, or if any of you did you fly from your countries to Spain? What airline did you use?
Iberia.
Perfect, Iberia. Did any of you use British Airways? No, perfect. Iberia is one of our partners, so depending on what class you travel, you will have 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours access. British Airways is another example. And let me go to the next one. And just to highlight here some of the main partners that work with us worldwide, I divided by verticals, so Cathay Pacific, Turkish Airlines, Air Canada, British, Iberia. These are the hotels. Of course, we work with many other hotels, but I cannot list all of them. Some of our partners from cruise line. And also, we work with several libraries across the world. We have partners as well in industries like consulting, Deloitte, EY, or PricewaterhouseCoopers are our clients. If you use rail, for example, in Spain, Renfe is one of our clients. So we work with clients from all over the world in different verticals, and they are the ones that, in this case, pay to PressReader to provide this access to their users, and PressReader pay to the content creator, that in this case are the newspapers and magazines. We pay them in different ways. Could be royalties, could be a license fee, or a minimum warranty, depending on the deal which is client. In addition to that, we have a very small segment of B2C. Any person that is interested in the content that is in the platform is able to purchase a single copy of any of the newspapers and magazines that are in the platform, or purchase a very expensive subscription for 1 month that is $30, and you have all the content in the platform available. So kind of all-you-can-read model. Why we price for $30? Because we don't want to compete with the publishers with their monthly subscription. So we price high, so we are not a competition. And this is a PressReader product. On PressReader, the second product that we have, we call it BrandedEditions. is actually this team or this product is the one that I myself lead. And what we do is, with the same technology that we have in PressReader, we create apps with RSS content, with e-paper, with podcast, with video. We create these apps for publishers. We work with publishers from all over the world. I will show you a few of them later on. And our technology is very well known for different features that we have. So if you go to our platform, to any of the clients that use our technology, you will be able to translate the articles. You will be, to more than 18 languages. You will be able to listen to the articles. That is always something interesting. You will be able to share content with your friends. And of course, we are able to add other kind of media channels, that could be podcasts and video, as I said before. This is some of the partners that work with us in the industry. We work from Financial Times, New York Times, Ola, that I was participating in a roundtable with them before, Condé Nast, South China Morning Post. So we have a very long list of clients. We are the largest provider of this technology in the world. We have around 1,800 products with this specific technology. And in the last 2 years, we are doing something. We are trying to penetrate in new industries. And I highlighted some of these partners on the bottom. So for example, 2 years ago, we get a deal with Bank of Communications of China. This bank, what they want to do with us is they want to provide access to the shareholders to the internal documentation of the company. So we develop apps and web for them, where they can provide access and privilege to different users to these internal documents. Something very similar with the Massachusetts Nurse Association. Is an association, and they want to provide access to all the internal documentation to their members. So we create for them a platform where they can host all this content. Cámara de Comercio de Antioquia is very similar, but the one that I want to focus a little bit more is reconstruction data. In this case, what they do is they are using us to sell content to their clients. So what they do is they have as well internal documentation that is very valuable for construction companies. And what they do is they are able to sell this documentation of this data using our platform to third parties. Any questions so far? Perfect. And now let's focus actually on the main topic of the day, that is our SDK. Does any of you know what is an SDK? I just saw one person that said yes. SDK stands for Software Development Kit. And to put it in a very plain way to explain what it is let's imagine that you have an app or a platform or a product, and you want to get a code from another provider or from another technology company and insert it into your platform. So that's pretty much an SDK. So the code that is provided to add it or to plug into your existing platform. I don't know if I explained it correctly, but it's kind of in a very simple way. I don't want to get into details of how it's developed an SDK. But what happened to us is 5 years ago, a publisher from Switzerland called Le Temps told us that they have an app, very powerful, where they have over 80K subscribers. And the app has just RSS news, but they didn't have any other abilities or any other channels to add to the app. They just have, as I said, the RSS and a small readers club. They needed an e-paper, they needed podcasts, they needed videos, and they didn't have enough time or enough resources to develop themselves. So they called us, we created a code for them, sent it to them, they plug it into their app. And what we did is, for 3 months, we were asking continuous feedback to the users. Is the new technology that you have in the app something that is valuable for you? Is something that is working for you? Do you feel that the extra content is providing value in this case for the newspaper or for the news that you receive, and they highlighted yes that they like it so much. So over there we start thinking, what about if we start licensing this kind of technology for other media companies, for other publishers, or for maybe other industries, so we can help companies that don't have enough resources or ability to develop their own technology. We can help them for in this case, attractive price. And it's what we started doing. The second example that I have is another publisher from Switzerland. They were actually our second client with this specific SDK model. And their case was very similar as Letem. They have an app just with the Readers Club, with a lot of subscribers, but not enough content, not enough technology. And they want to add RSS in this case. They want to add e-paper, podcast, audio. So we help them with the technology. So this case study, or this specific case, the idea that the publisher have was they need to have more type of content that they didn't have, so we'll help them providing this. Second case, and this is a completely different one. Remember when I started the presentation, I was talking that we have two products, Press Reader platform, where we have 7,500 newspapers and magazines, and also the branded editions, where we develop technology for the publishers. We are able as well to develop SDK for the platform. And the main example that I'm going to show you today is Qatar Airways. For Qatar Airways, flying shouldn't be just a way to be from one point to another. They want to create an experience. And they believe that that experience doesn't start when you are sitting on the plane. It starts when you are checking in, when you are on the lounge, when you are on transit, and actually as well when you landed to the new place. So they want to provide a nice experience during the whole journey. How they do believe that they can provide a nice experience? Providing as much content as possible. So they created an app that is called Oryx, as you can see over there. In that app, they have movies, they have TV shows, they have streaming services, they have radio podcasts, but they didn't have newspaper and magazines. So they contact us and say, can we actually grab your SDK for the platform, plug it here, so we will be able to offer all the newspapers and magazines that you have in the platform to our clients. And it's what we did. Depending as well, same service that with Iberia or with British Airways, depending if you are flying in economy, if you're flying in first or in business, you will have more or less access to this app. But you can access all the content that is inside as anytime as you want during this period of time. Something important to highlight about this app is that for them, they can remove or add with our SDK, they can remove or add any newspaper or magazine that is in the platform. In Middle East, in this case, we have there are some limitations of the content that can be displayed for religious reasons or for political reasons. So we are able actually to, with the SDKs, remove part of the catalog or remove part of the library, depending on the needs of the client. And also we can use geolocation to restrict certain content or not. So as you can see, in this case, the publisher or the client, what they want is to create a super app with all the content. And we provide it with the SDK for a Press Reader platform. I have another example here. This is an example from Peru. I don't know if you are familiar with El Comercio. They are part of Grupo El Comercio. They have around 80% of the newspapers and magazines that are published in Peru. This company owned them. I don't know how good or bad it is to own so many media outlets. I don't know if it actually is something positive or not. I will not get into that. But definitely they have a lot of power in Peru in terms of how to communicate to the Peruvians. But they didn't have enough resources to keep developing things and to keep adding new technology to their apps. So they call us to see if we can help them plug in our SDK. What they wanted is they want solutions or features that could be built quickly, added to the library, and pop up to and show to the users. And also they want to test if that technology works or not. So they want something that is easy to remove in case that doesn't work. So it's what we did with them. They were asking, okay, we want to have in the SDK library, we want to have podcasts. So we added podcasts. They realized that they were not able to monetize the podcast. We remove it. So as it's a tool, a pre-built tool, we can plug or remove any specific library for content very easily. In addition to that, for the analytics service, as our code or our library is inside of their existing apps or platform, all the data gets into the same place, so now they don't need to check in different sources or with different softwares. Everything is run by their analytics service. So in this case, what the publisher got is a decrease on cost because they don't need to have teams developing this technology or developing these features at home or in-house. And the last case, in this case, that I have to show you today is Dilettanti. This publisher is one of the largest publishers in India. India is a very unique market. I don't know if you're familiar with the newspapers in India, but many people say that New York Times is the newspaper that has more subscribers in the world. That's actually not accurate. The newspaper with more subscriptions in the world is Times of India, that they have, I don't know, 15 million, is something crazy. This publisher, Dilettanti, they have 2 million subscribers. It's true that some of them are paid subscribers, some of them are not paid subscribers. But when they contact us, the issue that they have is that they didn't have any tool to start charging for the content, to develop or to have advertisement inside of the app. And again, the SDK, our code, was able to plug this specific technology into their existing app, and they didn't need to develop anything in-house. In addition to that, what they realized is for the free subscribers, they were showing advertisement, so they were monetizing. For the subscribers that were paid subscribers, our payment system was able to grab the money. And in addition to that, we offer a kind of a bundling service that allows the publisher to charge extra or offer discounts on different type of contents. An example is there were some subscribers that they have access just to the paper, but if they want to have access to the video content, they have a 20% discount. So our SDK was able to help them with all this payment flow that they didn't have at that time. So as I show you, the SDK could help publishers in different or clients in different categories to decrease costs, to in this case make externalization of resources, increase sales through advertisement or through in-app purchases or bundling, and also the ability to create super apps where you have many or different type of contents into one app and with the help of different companies, like I was showing you for Qatar Airways, that they have the different companies working together or collaborating to plug or to add all the content from newspapers, magazines, movies, streaming services, or other type of content. I do believe that this could be valuable for the book industry, as in my experience, I didn't see much this kind of deals or this kind of technology in the services that I use in the digital books. And I'm leaving here my email, my phone is a Canadian number, so if you are from Spain, be aware that you're going to get charged extra if you call me. But I'm happy to answer any questions if you have, or to chat after the presentation.
How do you handle the audio is handled by the clients, or you also provide, because it's only for read, or you are opening other types of engagement?
No, in this case, Orange is handled by Qatar Airways, by a technology company that they have. We just plug our technology to display all the newspapers and magazines, but the management of the app is done by themselves.
What's the business model of the SDK for the...
For us or for the client?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah. In this case, what we offer is, for us to have an SDK, we have a monthly cost because our servers get interaction with the app of the client, so we charge a monthly fee in this case. Depending on how many resources the client needs, the fee is higher or lower. But based on my experience, because what I do for a living in this case, I travel to sell this kind of product, and when we talk about pricing, the publishers or the clients, they get very surprised because it's actually it's very low. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much, guys, for listening. And thank you.